So just talk a little bit about the facilities and what you think of everything.
I think when you talk the commitment of franchise organization, you look at the facilities and you look at Barclays Centers, one of the renowned arenas in the world, and now you look at the practice facility, it will be matched. So we're very fortunate and very lucky.
Do you think more players, maybe even you, would now consider living in Brooklyn?
Yeah, that's always the opportunity to live in Brooklyn. I think it's one of the biggest cities here, but it's also a nice city. So it gives a lot, great restaurants. So I think you'll see a lot of guys that play for Brooklyn living in Brooklyn very soon.
Will this help you recruit free agents, do you think? When you bring in guys to try to recruit them, do you think bringing them to a place that may actually help out?
When you look at the tools of different things, it definitely can help. This is a tool that you look at the practice facility, you look at Barclays Arena, what you stand for, and you're talking about first class. So yeah, I think it definitely helps.
From a convenience standpoint, how much better is it for staff and players if the arena and the practice facility are only 3 miles apart?
Yeah, so with today's NBA, some teams have their practice facility in the arena. Some are within driving distance. Some are 30, 40 minutes away. So this helps because we're in Brooklyn totally. So we're not in Jersey. We're not in Brooklyn. So to be in Brooklyn all the way is helpful.
Was this process already underway, the location site, before you joined the team, or?
I think they were a little bit, yes, ahead of before I joined, but I got to see it in September, and I think when you look at the views and the blueprint of what they're trying to do, it's going to be beautiful.
Billy was telling us yesterday that he's assuming KG's coming back, and it's coming. How important is it to get that core back, especially him?
Well, the core is very important when you talk about trying to win a championship. You look at the teams that have won in the past, have been together, more than 4 years. So to get KG to come back is great, all the way around for the organization, but for teammates and coaches too.
What about with Paul? I mean, obviously you can talk to him now, but is there any still, I guess, feel about what he's going to do? You still have to wait and see.
Well, this is, I think, the first time he's been a free agent, so he's probably in territorial where he doesn't know what to do, but he'll find out that he'll, be courted by a lot of different teams. But hopefully we're the team that can sign him.
Will you be part of the pitching process when it comes time for Sean to make a decision?
I don't know how much I have to pitch. I did my job last year. It probably will be the same pitch. Nothing changes. I think he understands how important he is to this team. I believed in him then, and I still believe in him now. So if I have to do anything, maybe a phone call just to see how his summer's going.
We talked about that core. It's nice you're going into free agency with 9 or 10 guys already on the roster, and maybe an extra guy or two tonight, so you don't have to remake.
Yeah, going in as now, yes, we have pretty much a core, but things change. On draft night or after draft, but big thing is right now you look at our team and we have the 3 mini mid-level, and so we have to look at Sean and Paul, Blatch and Allen. Those guys I think are all free, so we got to look at trying to get them back.
Would you like all those guys back?
Yeah, I thought those guys were great for us, all of them. Allen, being the last to sign with us, probably playing the most. But Sean and Blatch had a great season for us too. And then when you look at those guys, the corporate knowledge was very important, going into next season because they know, what we're trying to do, so we don't have to start over.
Jason, are you going to coach Summer League again, or are you going to have somebody else do it?
No, Sweeney will coach it. So I'll watch. So if I take a phone call, I won't be in Who reported that? No, I'm just saying.
Who's going to be holding the clipboard?
I don't know. You guys keep count on that too. If Sweeney doesn't hold the clipboard, then you guys better write it.
He'll draw the plays.
He'll draw the plays. I'll give him a marker. Or should I hold the clipboard and the marker and just hand him when he calls the timeout? I hand it to him.
Is the only expected staff change eventually prior to the scout?
Yeah, when that comes, once we get through Summer League, when we'll go on our retreat, we'll see what happens.
Is there a party that's kind of rooting for a lot of turmoil and for the other teams? Not turmoil, but just like turnover in the rosters, and that you guys have more continuity than the other teams.
Yeah, you can't really control what's happening, right? You look at what New York did yesterday. You look at Orlando, I think trading to follow. So there's going to be a lot of change, but you got to figure out what you want to do and stick to that plan. So hopefully we can stick to our plan.
Mason said he's been working on his outside game. Are you
Yes.
looking forward to seeing that in Summer League?
Yeah, I am. He's been working extremely hard on it. Not to the three-point line, but we are trying to get him out of the black slowly. And it's going to take some time. It's a process, but he's getting better.
So he'll be allowed to shoot from outside the paint?
Only this summer, yes.
Did you first dibs on the Isaac?
No. The owner does. So we're like lower on the totem pole. Players come before the coaches, so we might not be able to use it at all.
You obviously played with Tyson and Raymond. Then you get traded to Dallas, another place you play. How does that change the landscape, at least in the division, do you think?
Well, you look at Tyson and winning a championship back there. I know Dirk is very excited about getting him back. Raymond will be good. He'll fit in that system down there. So Dallas will be fine. Looking at what New York is doing, they have a plan and they're executing.
I know back spasms are unpredictable and tricky. Is there something you can do, KG can do differently to prepare for this season and maybe be ready at the start?
I think he's, if you were to ask him, I think he's working out sooner. He's working out now. Talking to him, his plan about shooting, starting July 1 is a little bit sooner than when he ever started working out last year. So, for older players, they tend to wait, a little bit longer, but he feels good. And so it's a good sign to see him working out, seeing Brooke working out. So it's good to see everybody in the gym this early.
You had talked about that balance of, as a player as you get older, not want to get carried off the floor and make sure you don't leave too late. So did you at all talk to him about that and make sure that he's cool with knowing his role and everything else?
Yeah, I thought we talked about the role last year. I thought he understood it. And again, I think the reward for me is seeing guys working out in the gym in June, meaning minute-wise they're not tired. Talking to Joe and those guys and seeing those guys are working out. So, when you're deep like that and having guys being able to work out and not have to play a lot of minutes until playoffs, that was the plan and we executed it, and hopefully we can do the same thing next year.
How was Darren doing this year?
He's still on crutches. He's doing better.
With the facility in Brooklyn, would you encourage players to start moving to Brooklyn or just moving to the area?
Oh, I can't be the real estate agent on that. I don't get commission on that. You look at Brooklyn, what it has to offer. I think eventually you'll see, most players very close, if not in Brooklyn.
After all that stuff he's done with the last couple of years injury-wise, you excited for Darren to have a fresh start and kind of get himself right this offseason?
Yeah, every year is a fresh start. You go to training camp and you learn from what happened the year before. And you try to improve on it, and we're all fighting to try to be consistent. And so for Darren, I think getting healthy and understanding what the coaches, what we asked in our system, and feeling comfortable with it, I think he'll have a great year next year.
I know Mikal is always targeted this year as the year to win the title this next season. Is that still mindful? Are you still mindful of that?
Well, that's just the process, and we want to win a championship here, and if that's hopefully the process, if we can get there, that would be great.